we're going to make a card with Artful Amaryllis. So hoping all goes well. So here we go. Right, we're going to start off with a piece of A4 card, but I'm going to cut it down, so we'll be going to those measurements. Just bear with. That's it. Okay, so you need to put it in your trimmer at 5 7/8. So you want to put it in your trimmer at 5 7/8. Let's just get rid of that for the moment. And then you want it by, let me just check. Let me check on that side. That is 9 7/8. So 9 7/8. I was just a bit unsure at what I did, but hopefully that will work out. 9 7/8. Okay. And then all we're going to do is score at 1 inches. So as my scoring blade just knocked off. Okay, so let's go. So we're putting it in on our 9 7/8 side, and we're going to score it at, let me move these out of the way. In fact, I can move that out of the way. We're going to score it at 1 inch. So just make sure that you're absolutely at the 1 inch, and you're going to score 1 inch, and then at 2 inches, then 3 inches, and then 4 inches. Okay, so 4 inches. Then let's see how to do it. I'm going to put it in at 1 inch. Let me see. Got to get this right. Yeah, I think sorry. 1 inch. So we're going to put it in at 1 inch, and I'm going to cut down to the 3rd score line. So that's 1, 2, 3. So you want to make sure that it's in at 1 inch and it's on your 5 7/8 side, and we're going to cut down. So I'm cutting through 1 score line, 2 score line, and I'm stopping at the 3rd. Now I'm going to make sure that this part on your blade goes exactly in the middle of your score line like that. Then I'm going to turn that, and in fact if I turn it that way, line it up at the 3 inch mark, and then I think I'm right, hopefully done this right. Yeah, I'm sure I have. And I'm cutting that off. Okay, so I'm just going down as far as the cut line to there. Okay, going to put it back in, and now I'm going to line up the cut part with 1 inch, and this time I'm only going to cut down to the 1st score line. So I'm cutting to the 1st score line and then lifting up. Going to turn it around, and then I think I'll turn it around so that you've got it at the bottom. That's easy to do. Put it back in at 1 inch there, and then I'm just going to cut up and use your side of your blade to come up to where you have cut, and then that should have cut it off there. So you end up with this staggered here like this. Okay, so now just going to get our scissors, and you're going to leave the first bit, but you're going to do a diagonal cut. So you put your scissors in. If you've got longer scissors, you're better. I never have. I'm just going to cut on the diagonal up to that next score line. So did you see that? I cut from there up to the score line. I'm going to do the same again. So I'm going to pop my scissors in, line my scissors up with the score line, and I'm going to cut up to that next score line, making that diagonal going across like that. Okay, there we go. Let's smooth those. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is get my bone folder, and you know me, if you watch me, I always like to go round my piece of card, anywhere where I might have used my blade, just go over those cut lines, smooth them back down. Okay, now we're going to take the 1, 2, 3, 4th line, and we're going to just fold that over. Make sure that you've got the bottom part level there, and then we're just going to give that a very good crease. And I forgot, that looks a bit, but it won't matter. Okay, now the 3rd score line in, we're going to fold it back on itself. So again, we're going to give that a nice big crease. Then we're going to fold it back, and there we go. We're going to give that a nice big crease. And what I'm going to do is, I've done that side, but I'm going to pull this out, give it a crease on that side, crease on that side. Okay, so it just gives it that nice fold. And then the last one, you're just going to fold back on itself again. Just give that a nice crease. And I'm going to open that up again so I can give it a nice crease down there. Okay, so we've got that concertina going off. Okay, right, so simple as that. Right, now I've got myself, and these are, what's it called? The designer series paper, and it's the in colours from 24 to 26 they are. And this measures, if I'm right, 5 3/4 by 5 3/4. So we're going to make a square. So we're just going to glue that in. So they're quite simple measurements. Now I've used Purple Posy, but you could use Pretty in Pink. That will just work perfect. I've just using up old cardstock, okay, because it all coordinates. So I'm going to leave myself a nice equal increment all the way round. So just get that in place. I'm happy, and I stick that down. There we go. So I'm going to work on one bit at a time. So I'm going to keep building the layers up. So for this back bit here, I have got a piece of Miro board that it was part of, and I'll just give you the size. It's 3 3/4, yes. So 3 3/4 by 3 3/4, and it is I won't say hand penned, and I know it's not. Splendid Day. So it's the Splendid Day. You could get the foils as well as the paper that all blended with it. But this works really nice with this colour, so I'm using that. So I'm going to just glue this down now. So I want to give this equal increment all the way round. So let's make sure got that all the way around. Okay, and ahead of time I've cut myself the basic white, and this measures 3.5 by 3.5, and you've got this beautiful die in the Artful Amarillo, and I've just put it at the top and the bottom. So ran it through once and then ran it through twice. I'll just show you how it's sat. That might be helpful for you on the card. so you can see. There we go. So this is the die, and I just made sure that I'd got about equal there and about equal there, and I just ran it through and then turned it round and did exactly the thing. I didn't run it all the way through because my plates are so messed up. I just ran it through as far as about there and then took it back out so that this didn't get messed up, because my plates are quite messy now. So before we stick that down, we're going to put a sentiment on there. So I've got my sentiment ready. When I find it, I've put everything ready, and I've buried it somewhere. At least I've got the ink, so I'm using the Highland Heather with this. I can't see. Why can't I see that? This is ridiculous. After I can see one of them that I've already used for something else. Why can't I see it? Bear with me. If I can't find it, I'll change what I'm putting on, and then you know I will find it for certain. Okay. No, right, that's it. Had enough. I will change it for a special person on a special day. I was using which one? Oh, what's that one? Wishes for a Beautiful Birthday. We'll go with that one instead, because it appears that I've put it on a block, and I've just totally lost my block. How on earth I've done that? Who knows? It's the gremlins, isn't it? Obviously. Okay. But I'll tell you what, I will find it. You know, will. It will be there. Oh, it's here. Look, I told you. Wishing you all the happiness you can imagine. I'm going for this now because I've mounted it up. So that's it. I've changed it. I do like this one though. So wishes for a beautiful birthday. I'm going to put that on there. There we go, in Highland Heather. So let's just close that up. And that's the reason why, because I'd taken it off the block. And I wasn't just looking for a block, I was just looking for the stamp. Okay, so bring back the card, and we're going to mount this here. So say it's nice. And that will just see a little bit of that, so I'm giving it a nice border there. Now I love this bow, and if you've seen it made before, it's out of the Well Said, I think it's called, but it's this beautiful little bow. I will find it in a moment. I'm going to just put a little bit of glue on there, and I wanted a sprig to come kind of from the top coming down, so I'm going to have that there. So just going to put a little bit at the top on this there, and don't want to cover my verse, but I just want it to be free, and I just want my bow to kind of go over the top of it there. So my sprig's coming down from the bow. There we go. Now I've got another sprig and another bow, and that for the minutes. Where's that gone? It's underneath here, look. So, and I'm not actually, I'm just going to play with this just slightly, because we're not building it up. I've not quite decided on what I'm doing, so I'm just going to bring in the next layer. Okay, so what we've now got is a piece the same as your background card, and that measures 4 7/8 by 4 7/8, and we're just going to glue this on here like this. Now, you're not really going to be able to see that down there, so I had decided originally I'd put it up here, and I think I will, so I am going to go for what I originally thought and put it at the top. So again, I'm only putting some glue at the top. I'll bring this one a little bit lower and bring in my bow. Sure, it's called What to Say or something like that. Put that there. So I don't want them to be the same. I'm not aiming for them to be exactly the same. I want them to be there, coming down. And I'm going to write underneath here. I have small writing. If you don't, just stick a smaller sentiment there so that you can write there. Okay, so I'm actually going to put glue on this part of the card. So again, I've missed one, and then I'm going to put this on there. And I did tell you the size, which is 4 7/8 by 4 7/8, I do believe. I'm going to put that on the top. Just make sure that when it sits up, it's level with the bottom. Oops, daisy, that's coming out the top. So it's going to cascade, okay. And then again, I have got this is 4 3/4 by 4 3/4, and again it's exactly the same. It's the in colours for this new year. Okay, and if you've got directional, just be aware of what your paper is. I should have stuck it on first, shouldn't I? So let's just, should have stuck it on first. I'm going to stick that over the edge there and just put this on. That was really daft. So stick your piece of DSP on first. Don't be like me. I thought I'd be able to do that all right, but not. So I've got away with it doing it like that. So again, just bring that back in, and that's going to go on there. Just make sure it's coming out there, and that's fine. Okay, so I'm going to flatten this to push that down, making sure, as I say, it's not going into your fold. It will go there. So we'll leave that flat to work on it like that. So what I thought I'd do is actually stamp the amaryllis in, because I don't like black, so I've stamped this in, is it grey granite I've done it? What is it? Smoky slate, sorry, smoky slate. But any of the greys that you've got, if you would like to do black, do black. I just like not to do black. So I'm going to stick this up on dimensionals. So I'm just going to stick a few dimensionals on this, not many. And these are mini as well, so I'm going to stick those. So this card, of course, you know how I've been saying I'm doing a lot of flat cards, which I am, save on postage, but sometimes when I'm making more elaborate cards, this will have to be posted as a large letter, so because I'm sticking dimensionals, so I'm sticking that in the bit. Now, do like that very much, and I'm going to go for Week of Stella. So I'm going to just bring in some Week of Stella to go on the top just to, it's so pretty. It's going to bring a little bit of shine to it. Just random in patches to give it that shine. So I love stamps that you've got the two step stamping, so that you actually stamp the outline and then the stamp fills this in and you don't have to worry about shading because it all does it for you. So I just absolutely love that. So I have already done these. Yeah, that'll go in there nicely. Now, and I can never say this, fitting florets. Get my mouth around it. Fitting florets. And this actually is in clearance at the moment, and so you can get this for, I think it's something like £13 or £14 for all the dies. I would say get it, because I really love this element of it. And I've just cut these out in foil. It's the brushed metallics, I think they were called. So I've just cut those out in there because I just thought that gave it something. And oh, I think I've got it there. I decided that I would add a bit more bling to it. In the Amaryllis you get these, it's a triple die. I'll just show you, and I thought, well, I am going to stick that, give it some more bling on the top there. Okay, I'll just show you those. So here's the Amaryllis dies, and they're the three that I'm talking about, and I've cut this out. So ahead of time I have cut one each of these, and so we're going to work with those soon. Right, so I'm going to go for that, and that will be there, and then we're going to do the last piece. Now I'm going to do the last piece before I stick it on here. I'm going to actually build it up. Okay, so this is 3 7/8, yes, 3 7/8 square. So I've got 3 7/8 square in the same as the back, but I thought with this on the front I wanted to carry through the theme that was on the back. So this again is the Miro board, and this is 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. I think the actual colour, not sure whether it was polished pink, maybe the colour, but you don't have to do it in this colour. You can do it in any colour. You can use card to build up your colours. You could put white in here instead. There's endless possibilities that you can do. Now again, the DSP is 3.5 by 3.5, so I'm going to build that up. And this is the Petunia Pink, if I didn't say, from there. So I made this that little bit smaller so that it would give me the nice border of the foil showing through. Now what I did, I'm going to show you what I did. I decided, because I thought I did this by accident. It's precisely really what I wanted to do, but I did it by accident. So there we go. Right, I'm just going to cut this so that we've kind of got a rough space, but I want to leave some up here because I'll show you why in a minute. So we're going to cut this out first. So I'm just going to bring in my mini. So I'll just pop that out of the way to start with. So bring in my mini. So cutting this out. And I'm just going to put this on so I'm wanting it down in the bottom corner as much as I can. So I'm putting that like that, then putting my plate on the top, and then I'm just going to run this through the die cutting machine. Okay, so that's through the die cutting machine. Now, you get that, so you put that to one side, but then this bit here, I wanted this to not be too tall. So what I did was I just placed it like this on it. So if I turn it over, you will see it's going to a point. So I'm getting that balanced. I'm putting it so that it's roughly where I want it. Going to take that through. Oh, and that, you're all shouting at me, you didn't put your bottom plate on. No, I didn't. Right, so just line that up again, get the bottom plate there, and then take that through again. Okay, let me just move that out of my way. Okay, let's bring that back in. So we have then got this piece here that will now fit beautifully. Where's the one I've got? In here like this exactly. And that gives it you like that. And that's exactly what I wanted. I wanted it to be flush with this, and I did it by accident because I didn't think about it. But that works out perfect. Okay, so what we're going to do with that, I'm going to see how big this is now to see whether that does work. Now, is the one that I made earlier, right, I made it shorter. So if it's too big, you can take it down and make it smaller. So which one do I want? Do I want the bigger one? Do I want the smaller one? I'm gonna just fiddle about. So if you don't just cut, if you don't get it exactly right, you can always cut that by using the die again to take this down like that. So if we put that through again, that would make it shorter. So if you don't get the desired length, put it through again. As long as it's going over that V like that, it will cut you that back in again, and that will make it smaller. So that it's not so tall if you want to go not so tall. I think I'm going to stick with my plan and use the not so tall one. Right, now what I thought I'd do, and why I left my messy side up, was that I was going to bring in my blending brush and do a bit of blending. So I've got Old Olive hanging about, and I want to do some on here with Old Olive. So I've got a greeny one. So I'm gonna just brush this on. Actually, I've no need to re-ink it up, because as you can see, I've got loads on my brush. This is what I like about the blending brushes, because you can play with them, do a lot of ink on them, and then bring it back. And this is quite a while since I've been on, so this has stayed wet enough for me to be able to use this. So that works well with that. So I'm going to put that on there like that. So I'm going to remove that one, and then bring in a purpley one, and I'm going to bring in, so I cut these out, so let's just stick that on one side, and I'm going to turn this so that I ignore that down there and concentrate on this. So I decided I wanted to do something on the edges, so I'm going to bring in my Holland Heather and my Dauber, and I thought I'd want to just do a bit on the edges. I thought make it a bit different. In fact, I think I might just be doing this. So let me just get these on the edges, and I think just stick that just in the middle like that. So all I'm doing is going around the edges of it. I just really love detailed dies. This is what I love, the daisies, the detail. My voice is going now. The detail on the Cheerful Daisy, and when I saw this and the detail on this, I just thought really like that. So let's do that, and then I'm just kind of sticking in the middle. Okay, and I'll do the same with these, just give them a bit on the edge like this. Okay, and then on this one darker on the edges. There we go. Right, let's pop those away and let's start building. So before I start building totally, I'm just going to remove those, and I'm going to not be silly, I'm going to turn my board over so I know that I'm going to be working on clean surface. Didn't need my blending brush because I used my sponge dauber instead. Okay, so I've got this the right way now, so I'm going to start off with bringing in my bottom leaf. Just take that, and I'm going to, let me see. Now I've cut out a happy birthday, so I'm going to see how far I can come over. So I'm going to come over quite a way here. Okay, because I want to put my happy birthday, I've decided, on there. So I've come over there. So now I can stick in my stem, and of course that beautifully fits in there. Right, so I'm going to give this some shape, so I'm just going to take them down, this one, and then bring it up, okay, like that. So again, I'm going to take it down and then push it in the middle to push it up like that. Now I'm going to fit these on top, so I'm going to put some glue on here and then decide, let me move that out of my way, how I want that. I think I want it like that. Let's use my bone folder in the middle to make sure I don't get too much glue all over me. So just hold that a minute or so, a few seconds. Now I have actually done this in the foil, so I'm just gently going to make this come up like this. So I'll keep working at it because I want it to sit so it's coming up. So I'm just gently working at that. When I feel that I've rounded it, you can see, can you see that I've rounded it? That's better, isn't it? I'm going to put a double glue in there, and then I can sit that in the middle there, and I'll push that down with my bone folder. So hold it again. So we'll do that. Hold that a second or so. And then I don't think I'm going to put any dimensions on it. I'm just going to bring this over here and just sit that on one side like that. Just hold it there a second or so. And then I'm going to do the same with these. So I'm going to just bring these down, and then this part I'm just going to push up so that it's given me, you see the shape of it, so it's kind of going under, over, up like that, and then we'll put that over there. So just going to put glue on the very bottom. I'm going to allow it to go under the stem. I'm not bothered about it going over the top. That's absolutely fine, because don't forget we've got plenty of space happening at the side of it, so I'm not worried about it going over. And then I'll just, again, I'm going to just tuck this under there. So that's going to go like that. Just for adding a little bit more interest. Oopsie daisy, and we've got glue string, look. Get off. There, come on. Come on, come on, come on. There. Seem to have got some fuzz there. So I'm just going to pop that. Let me get my pokey tool. Get my pokey tool on there and get that like that. Have it like that. Still hasn't completely stuck down. And I've got one more of those, so I'm going to put this on there. That's going to be going on there, and I've just pushed that all out of the way. I'm going to tuck it underneath again, actually. So my glue's not drying fast enough for me. I think I'm going to stick it on the top now. Decided to change my mind. Pull that down at the bottom. Come on, let's get a bit more glue on there. So that's going down at the bottom. That's going down at the bottom. Come on. There. Down you go. And there. Pull that one down to the bottom as well. Oh, you're deciding to come off. There. Don't want that flattening too much. Let's put that up there. Right, I decided, because I do challenge myself with using ribbon. So I'm getting some double-sided sticky tape, or Terran tape it's called. And I'm going to, should have actually done that first, shouldn't I? Let's see if I can do straight line because I really want it to go at the top and at the bottom. So this is the tricky part, or do I not like it now in this light? Don't know whether I'm liking it as much. Right, not liking that as much, so that's going. I don't pull the blue in. Let's see if I can get a straight line. So I'll have the blue going in there. And then let's hope I can get a straight line there. Okay. Just gonna, I should have put that on before, but hey ho, you know how it goes. Right, so what I like to do is put a piece of tear and tape. So we'll just remove that out of the way. So I'm going to get a piece of tear and tape, and I want it, so I'm going to get my old scissors. Where are they? There. I want it to be absolutely straight because I want to put it exactly at the top. I'm going to put it exactly at the top. Get it going down straight. Hopefully I've got that straight to the bottom, and then I want that straight at the bottom. There we go. Just give it a good rub. Bring that. And take off the top there. And then I'm going to bring in my ribbon. I'm not going to bring that exactly at the top. Make sure you've got that straight. That's down there like that. Okay, now I'm going to bring in, this is from, so let me just tell you those. There we go. Right, so the Peaceful Season dies is this one here. It's so pretty. They're lovely pretty dies. It's got this lovely detail there. They're gorgeous. So we've got all these in them. Just loving these. So you've got a massive one of that, and you could put that on top there. So we'll be playing with those. And then it's Wanted to Say dies with that lovely ribbon in, so that you know that that's what I'm talking about, that lovely bow. Lovely. If I'd have thought, I might have even done the, and I'm going to put this on dimensionals, I could have done the happy birthday in foil, because there's a lovely, well, no, it's celebrating, so I don't think there is, or is the happy birthday? I'm just going to look again at that. I think I'm going to bring that in down here. There, I think that's pretty. And let's have a look how this is looking now on here. So this is going to go on the top, so you've got things coming off there. So I'm going to glue that on, so I'll put glue all on here. And then bring this on here now. No, hold that there a little minute. So I could have done with bringing that slightly down. So just watch that when you make it yourself. Just bring that down so it doesn't, well, it doesn't really matter, because what happens is when it's on display, you want that to come a little bit up. So let's see if I can kind of give you the angle. So you're wanting things to peep up, so actually that's fine. So it's giving that, you can see the things, so you can pull it out a little bit as well. So if you pull it out like that when it's taken out, then you've got that lovely cascading going off, and you can see things happening. I'm thinking I'd quite like something here really, so whether I want another bit of this going down here, so I'd have another bit of that going down there, as I could have done with putting that. I think I'd have preferred to have put something more in the corner there, rather than hiding it too much behind there. I did stick it on dimensionals. No, I think I best not. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring back in the I don't know, get some white. So I'm going to bring in some white. There we go. And I'm going to bring in my smoky slate. Let's just double check what's on. Yeah, I've got that. So I'm going to bring in just this. Okay. And then we will bring back in the if I'm done with it, over here somewhere. Yeah, Highland Heather. Let's bring in the Highland Heather. This is why I love this. It's fantastic. So all you've got to do is the biggest flower I'm going to put to that side. So you're just looking at this and at the top part and the bottom part, and I'm lining that up there and pressing down. Okay, and that does it fabulously. And then you've got this little bit here. This just goes down here. You can have it either way up, and that just goes in there. Right, now I'm going to use the die, so let's just pop those out of my way and bring back in the die. I'll have I left that out. Just let's have a look. Now I've put it away. So I'm going to have the die, so I'm going to just line the die. See where it'll help if I do it the right way, won't it? And I'm just going to chop this, because I don't want this card marking, because I can use it for something else. So I'm going to put that back in. So I'll bring back my mini. So let's bring that like that. Get my plate. And I'm just going to bring it in. When you're happy with how it should be lined up, I'm just going to put a little bit, no, that's not that sticky, little bit of tape to hold it in place on this one. And I'm doing it again, try and stick it through without the thing on. So I'm going to stick this through. And I'm going to mix and match, because what I've got is I've got this here, and I'm going to cut off. So I'm just going to try and follow that edge and take it round. Okay, so that gets rid of that. Then I'm just going to go in here, come round and take that off. Okay, and I'm going to pop this. Now what I'm going to do is this that I've got, I'm going to turn this back over, bring in my brush again, and I'm going to put some little bit of did I take the brush? Yes, I did take the brush away. I'm going to bring that in, and I'm going to go for that being the green. And also, so it was a good job I recut one of these out, because I'm going to go in with this. Not sure how much I'm going to use yet of this, but I'm just going to colour it ready, because I might dissect this a bit. Well, we'll see. Okay. Right, let's have a look. So I'm going to open up, bring these off a minute. Don't want my card getting dirty, so I'm just going to go the other way and bring it on, and then I'm going to bring in this, and I want it something like that. Now I want to make this shorter, so I'm going to show you exactly what I mean now. I want this much shorter to just go in there. So let's move this out of the way, bring back in the die, because I want it quite short. I'm putting it on there so that the V is covered. So I don't know whether I can imprint it with my fingers or not, whether you'll be able to see. Oh, it's too difficult to see, but see how this V is here. I'm trying to make sure that that is going over that V. So that's what I'm trying to do. So I'm gonna just pop that in there, over that V like that. Let's go like that, go like that, and that in the mini. Ooh, it's no good. No. As long as it's gone in there. There we go. Let's see. Let's cut that off. So it's come to that V. It has cut these off. Let's have a look how that works out. So it doesn't matter about that, as long as it comes where I want it to on here. So you see that will fit in there nicely. That's the V, and in fact that shapes up there nicely. I'm going to hang it off the edge. I can let the leaves come over the edge. That's not an issue, remember, because we have got more behind it. Gonna bring that back in, I think, like that. That will look like that. Let's see. Can I turn that over? Yeah, let's put that over like that. So I'm looking at there, coming down a bit. Yeah, I think I'm going to go for something like that. Yeah. And I need more of those, that little bit there. So I'm going to have to cut one of those out as well. So let's just get on with popping this in place. So bring in down, and now this can pop into place there, so that's exactly following that through. I can then come underneath and then just cut that in the card there like that. Okay, it doesn't matter about that going over the top, that's absolutely fine. And then bring in, and I'm going to just, so it's not totally flat, bring that, and I'll just stick a few dimensionals in the center because I'm not sure where the flower's going to fall, so don't want it to be too far out. So I'll stick that, come in, something like that, and let's have a look, and that brings, instead of it being empty there, that's it, I like that better. And then when it's open you've got that, but you're not going to see so much in that corner, so I'm not bothered about that corner, I was wanting that corner. So I did a bit of Wink of Stella, so let's just put a bit of shiny Wink of Stella on there. It's very hard for you to kind of see that, but gives it a bit of shine there. And then we want to bring in some of the foil, so I've got bits of little bit here, so I'm going to use this little bit of foil and put this on it. Now this is going to get me about 2 out, so I'm just going to have that like that. Move that out of my way again, bring this in, just get that off my plate, bring that in. I want 2 whole ones, so I'm just going to pop those in and pop a bit of tape on there so it doesn't move about. Bring that in, and the top one, and let's take that over. There we go, and now I've got 2 lovely ones to play with, so just move those out of my way and bring in a bit of my glue, put that bang in there. Now I think I'm going to go for actually sticking another one. There we go. Stick another one coming off there like that. Okay, like that. So I just feel I just want to stick a gem right in the middle of that. See if I've got a little tiny iridescent one. I just want to stick that in the very middle of that. Oops, stick that in the very middle of that there. Just wanted that. Okay. Let's have a look if I've got anything that I feel, oh yes. I could go for the purple. So let's have a look. So let's stick the smaller ones. So we're going to stick on there. And oh, it's off. On there, like that. I'm going to put one, and I'm going to put a bigger one up there. That's kind of going to be my triangle. Oh, actually, I'm going to stick another small one with it in this direction. Break the rules, and just to be odd, let's see where I want it. So when the card is actually closed, I think I want one down here, there, so that gives a, yeah, like that, yeah. So that's pretty. So you'll be able to see it better when I photograph it. That will show you better. But I hope you like that. Thank you for bearing with me. It is a cascading square card. So this will fit in a 6x6 envelope. So thank you very much. As long as it switches off all right now, I shall be all right. I don't know what's been happening, why I haven't been able to get on and make it behave, but today it has done for me, so I'm very happy. So as I say, thank you for dropping by. I do appreciate it. If you don't subscribe, please subscribe, because you never know when I'm coming on. Take care, stay safe, bye for now.